Hey guys, what's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. 3 a.m. here, right on the dot. And I decided I actually was feeling like I'm not gonna do another video today, but I'm like, yeah, let's just do something that, just idea came to me. I don't think I have done this title before, but I've done similar videos before, like love or hate relationship kind of fragrances. So today we're gonna be doing 13 of my top fragrances that are very daring. So the title is going to be Top 13 Most Daring Fragrances for 2020. And what I mean by these are these fragrances will challenge you. And I absolutely love each and every single one of them because I gave it time, I was patient. So the way I set it up is that number 13 is going to be like, let's say, easier to wear compared to number one. Number one is going to be the most daring. Okay, so the level of intensity or daringness goes higher. Okay, so there's no honorable mention. I want to do actually top 10, but I had to pick 13. There are plenty of the fragrances I find can be challenging. So what I'm trying to say is do not blind buy these fragrances if you wanted to. I mean, give it a try at least once because this fragrance actually will challenge your nose. So here we go. Number 13, I'm going to start with my most favorite fragrance, at least one of them. It's going to be, sorry, voice is down. It's going to be LIDGE, Lanston de Guerlain Extreme. So those people who are seeing this, the hype, do not blind buy this if you see it somewhere, unless you want to do trade or business later. I mean, you can get a great value for this, but the fragrance will challenge you. It has bitter cacao, patchouli, sort of like a woody, chocolatey fragrance, but the opening, it's something that many people won't be able to stomach it. This is similar to Terre D'Hermes Intense, La Nuit de l'Homme, that classification, but this is one of the toughest fragrance to pull off if you're not confident. Okay, so first one I'm going to show is LIDGE. Number 13. Number 12 is another fragrance. I took 3 years, I think 2 to 3 years to buy this, and when I finally pulled the trigger, I was sure that I wanted it. But the 2 3 years that I tried it, absolute nightmare because I can never go past that opening. The opening was like there's a black currant, there's star anise, there's a vanilla combo, and you guys know what I'm talking about. This is gonna be YSL Opium Purum. This fragrance, it's gonna challenge you for sure. This is a masculine man's fragrance. It's very classy, very alluring, and it's really lovely. Like when you sniff it for the first time, you might think like, oh, how tough it's gonna be. It will be tough. For me, at least, it was not an easy love. But when I fell in love, I fell in really, really like hardcore love with this Opium Purum number 12. Check out my full-on review on each of these. You'll get better idea. And number 11, I think number 11, yes. Number 11, I'm gonna go with another daring fragrance. I don't think you should ever blind buy this, but if these notes intrigue you, definitely give it a try. This is Black Orchid by Tom Ford. This is the EDP, and always look for made in Switzerland. That is gonna be the best deal. This fragrance is really dark, sweet, and chocolate. It has truffles, a lot of notes, but some people cannot stomach this. Okay, so do not blind buy Black Orchid by Tom Ford. So now entering top 10. These are some of my most challenging fragrances. I did not fall in love immediately. Some of them I did. Some of them I really did because my nose was already, used to those notes, that sort of. Okay, but if you are a beginner, this fragrance should never be your blind buy. Okay, give it a try. Test. You see if you like it, then buy it. Number 10, I'm gonna start with. As I'm going from 10 to like 1, do not think these are the worst fragrance. These are the fragrance easier to pull off, and as you go towards top, it gets tougher. Number 10, Terre D'Hermes. You'll see a lot of hype on this perfume. Very, very popular fragrance, one of the best fragrances ever. This ISO is super, that makes it last a lifetime. And this one has that dirty, earthy, vetiver sort of kind of a combination with orange. But the fragrance, when I sniffed it for the first time, I'm like, what is this fragrance? So it's definitely try some clones or something similar, then you'll understand this fragrance over the years. Very complex perfume. Okay, Terre D'Hermes. This is the EDT. Number 9 is a fragrance everybody will agree with me. This is one of the most challenging perfumes ever. Many people wouldn't dare to pull it off. This is Joop Homme. This is not a vintage version, but still pretty deadly. This is sweet at its peak. I mean, like, this is as sweet as it gets. It's so sweet. It has cinnamon, it has florals, it has a maple syrup, sort of, not strawberry syrup. It's like so syrupy sweet. Just give it a try, you'll see what I mean. This is inexpensive, but this perfume I think also comes in 125 ml. Classic men's fragrance that was sweet and pink, right? So this one I definitely put in the list. Joop Homme number 9. Number 8 is a fragrance. I mean, I like it, but as you can see, my face is turning a little red, so could be a red theme fragrance. This is Mancera Red Tobacco. This is so smoky, fruity and so strong. I do not use it even in winter days if I don't have to. This perfume is not for faint of heart, okay? If Mancera ever made some new clear fragrances, this was definitely one of them. One of the best tobacco-based fragrances, but very, very smoky. Definitely try before you buy. Do not blind buy this. Red Tobacco by Mancera. Okay. Number 7, and then we'll go more and more. Number 7, I'll go with this beautiful perfume. This is Zadig and Voltaire. This is him. These are the fragrances which are creative. These are fragrances which are bold, something new, and it challenges your nose. This perfume is lovely. Definitely lovely. I mean, just check out my review on this one. It has sort of like an opening and dry down. Not everybody would be able to, appreciate, but if you like dark fragrances and you want something of almost niche quality, this is one designer fragrance that does it. Nothing smells like this, okay? Zadig and Voltaire, this is him. Okay, that's number 7. Number 6, and then we'll enter the top 5. Top 5 are some fragrances I will never ever, even if you bought until this point, this fragrance blind buy, rest, don't even attempt. Number 6 is my Bentley For Men Intense Money in the Bank fragrance, okay? This is inexpensive for price tag, and that's the only thing that's cheap about this. The pungentness of this perfume, it's literally not for anybody and everybody. It's for people who like fragrances strong, boozy, leather, sandalwood. The moment you put it on, you'll smell like authority, or you'll really hate yourself if you cannot pull off this strong fragrance. It's a winter-based perfume, but damn, this is one of my strongest fragrances in the collection. Bentley For Men Intense. Now we're entering top 5. This top 5 I found in my journey. I mean, I had few other fragrances, but perhaps they're not here with me. But these 5 fragrances, I will never ever tell you go and blind buy. If you see the price tag is cheap, still try it. Okay. Number 5, I'll start with this one. Thierry Mugler, Angel Man or Amin. I have a metal flask here. I have also the rubber version. So this is my 2010 version. It's not the first batch, but it's still pretty much one of the vintage, like really good. So this one is one of the most complex perfumes. I had a sample, I sprayed it one time, like the 2016, and I got scared. I'm like, what is this perfume? I keep wearing it every now and then, and finally one day I fell in love with it. But that opening, that tar, patchouli, dark, kind of like dirty opening, it takes time to get used to that opening. The dry down goes better and better. Caramel, milk, there is like, what's the other one? There are a lot of notes, patchouli, lot of these things will come in like dry down. There's mint, some very, very, all the notes if you see in Fragrantica, you'll go crazy. So definitely number 5, Angel Man by Thierry Mugler. Make sure you try it before you buy it. Number 4, my infamous Shuhrah. I mean, I call it my because I am very proud of this perfume. I love it. I love it like many of you out there, but those who are trying this for the first time will be like, oh, blue juice, so friendly, hi. And you do this and you smell it. And then you're might have like you can go to seizure, like seizure. And you might, go into that point like, what? Because I can assure you, if you never smell this and you smell it for the first time, you haven't smelled anything like it. Okay, it's like nothing else. This is one of the most daring, sweet, leather, tobacco, oud, you name it, it has it all. But the fragrance is so strong. I mean, you put by mistake 4, 5, that's it. Rest in peace, okay? Number 4, Rasasi Shuhrah. Number 3, one of my most favorite perfumes from Mancera once again. This is Black to Black. So if you see this juice color, you can tell this is very potent juice. It's definitely about oud and rose combo, but this one features black pepper. There is cloves. I think there is a lot of other notes. What it's like daring about this perfume is this fragrance. You put it on, it's so nuclear. You just know at this moment you spray it, you know it. Either you hate it or you like it or love it. Perhaps highly you're not gonna like it. You either love it or hate it. If you're oud lover, if you love rose, you might like it. Rose is very challenging fragrance, like note for me. So this fragrance, for the first time I put it on, I really loved it. I was already in oud, but I can assure you, if you never smell oud or Middle Eastern fragrances, this will come off as very challenging. Black to Black by Mancera. That's number 3. Okay, so you have to be very careful choosing number 2 and 1, right? Number 2, I really had to think which one is my most daring. Number 2, I go with Interlude Man. You guys, if you know me, you know this is in my collection, and I'll definitely put it here. The thing is, Amouage, most fragrances are very challenging. This is a niche house, they're very expensive, and these fragrances are not for everybody. Even if you see like Reflection Man or Lyric Man or Beach Hut Man, you'll be like, oh, friendly. No, you might find them very challenging. So that's what niche is truly justified. Interlude Man, do not ever put more than 2 sprays on you. If you're going out, it's gonna be at close proximity. People really get scared of this perfume. One of the most respected and feared fragrance in the community. Interlude Man, very beautiful. Yes, very beautiful, yeah, because I love it. Leads me to number 1. What is my number 1 most daring fragrance? I was thinking about Ted Lapidus, like, yeah, Lapidus, let's go with Lapidus. Lapidus is like the Lapidus is the bro, like it is the OG. But then I'm like, nah, let's go with my favorite. Let's go with Kouros. Bring back the bad boy. I think I'm running out of juice almost. I have about 10 ml left. This is not definitely vintage batch, but even if you smell this in this format, modern, and you go like, white bottle, such an angelic fragrance, spray it on, and you never smelled this fragrance before, try it, and then you will tell me the reaction. This fragrance is the most daring perfume out there in designer fragrance game. YSL, respect for keeping this still in the rotation and still selling a lot. Many people love it, women love it, but you have to know how to pull it off. You have to have the persona, you have to have that confidence. This fragrance literally is one of the most scary. People say it smells like cat piss, like urinal cake, and it has this dirty and yet clean vibe. I love both aspects, dirty, clean. This is the boss man. Okay, so Kouros is my number 1 most daring fragrance today. So those are my 13. What are your favorite daring fragrances? I think I had plenty other in my mind, but I just don't own them, right? Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Try out these fragrances. See you soon. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh.